Hi, welcome to another edition of MTG Playback. I'm Mark. I'm an actual passer who plays Magic the Gathering. And if you heard that noise, that wasn't Zelda in the background. That was just my dryer turning off. And this is another series where I talk about a game I've played on Arena. So I've switched kind of the decks I'm playing. I'm playing BANT Poison. The whole point of it is for me to use that deck in the RCQ season that comes up. It's really good against Domain, but it's not very good. Well, let me rephrase that. I don't know how to play it well against other kinds of decks. So that's what we're going to look at now. The deck that you see above is my opening hand. It's fine. I've got all 3 mana. I've got some spells. I've got something going on. So let's play and see what happens. So I decided to get a Rotpriest on the board as quickly as I can. I don't know what they're playing yet. All right, they play a Sundown Pass, which means they're Boros, which is a colored pattern I haven't seen very much. All right, so we're going to get in, just get some damage in. And then I decide to... Let's see here. I decided to end turn because I have that Bring the Falling. I have a counterspell. All right, there's a Shivan Reef, so it's they're red, white, blue. So I let them put in the Monastery Swiftspear, then they give it Ancestral Anger, and I decide here to counter it. Prowess still kicked in, so that was a mistake on my part. Prowess still kicked in, so it was still a 2/3 and could do damage. All right, so I wasted it. So I basically wasted that spell. So that's not good. So gonna get some more damage. I decided to bring another creature on board rather than a Skrelv's Hive. And I think that's a mistake. All right, there's what, yeah, blue-white. So they've got all their colored lands that they need. They've got 3 of them on play. All right, so they're gonna, now see, this is where having a counterspell would have been awesome. So they make their creature bigger. They kill my Rotpriest. They have the 3 here. They're going to give themselves Homestead Courage, so they're going to make their creature bigger. And it has Vigilance. Right, so that's where... So I decide not to block here. And they're going to do them down to 14. So, not great. So here's where if I had Skrelv Hive, I could be getting damage in. I could be doing other things. But I don't. So that's a problem. So I decided to put another creature on the board. At least I could double block or something. No attacks because it's 2/3. And I left my Skrelv's Hide up. I think my thinking was because I have another March of Swirling Mist that maybe I could then use it. So I got a 4/5 with Vigilance. They're going to do another play with Fire, make it even bigger. So I'm trying to decide. Do I try to phase out my Dualist, or do I phase out the Swiftspear? Again, if I had Lifelink here, if I had something else, there's better options here than this. So they attack, and see, if I had again the Swirling Mist on my Rotpriest, I could have saved it. It didn't happen, so I just decided to phase that out. I'll get another land. That's not helpful. Now I decided my Skrelv Hive, and by this point it's too late. I'm going to get some life gain here, but not enough. Now, I decided not to put down my Razorverge Thicket to pretend that I have something in my hand, especially since I have blue mana out. I'm not quite sure if that made a lot of sense in this case, because I really have nothing. All right, here comes another Swiftspear. It's a lot of damage. Here comes another something, a 2/2. All right, so there's a Skrelv. That's something. But again, it's a little bit too late. But it's because it can't block. I decided not to attack because it'd be my only blocker. I also think that's a mistake. That really was a mistake. I should have swung in. They would have probably have blocked with their Monastery Mentor, which is fine. But yeah, that was a mistake. Lightning Strike. See, they're going to make everything bigger. Now they've got lethal. Oh, let's see here. Do they have lethal? 7. They have 9 on the board, and I can't block. They got 1 card in hand. I'm not quite sure what it is. They're trying to do math. Yep, there we go. Now they have lethal. So that's a defeat. So I think a couple things happened. I should have rushed and put out my Skrelv Hive faster than I did. I should have saved my counterspell to something more valuable than what I used it for. And I think that kind of really cost me the game in this one, especially against an aggro deck that moved really, really fast. So thank you for watching this edition of MTG Playback. Please leave any comments or suggestions in there. And if you're playing BANT Poison, let me know what is really effective for you against red aggro decks, Boros aggro decks, anything with a lot of tokens or a lot of creatures that are coming at you quickly. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.